I'm Chelsea, this is my buddy Jack, and this is our van Arie.
Did you know if you list your van with Outdoorsy, you can earn up to $50,000 a year? Check the link in the description to find out how.
I named her Arie because I am an Aries. It's a ProMaster, so it has the ram on the steering wheel, and it just kind of embodies that sense of adventure and kind of trailblazing. And it had 10,000 miles on it. It's the 136 wheelbase, it's a V6, so all pretty standard, nothing fancy, but it works for me. The build out I did do myself. I had no experience when I did this, so if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I really like that I did it myself because now I know where everything is, I know exactly how it works, I know what to do to fix it, so it's a lot of confidence when you're on the road, especially by yourself. It took me about 8 months, which was funny because I thought it was going to take 4. But I was only doing it on weekends and I took breaks, so it probably could have gone a little faster if I was really focused on just doing this. This is kind of my workstation, my dinette. I wasn't sure if I was going to add this into the van, but I'm so glad I did. It really opens up the space. So this is the lagoon table mount, so it swivels, and that's kind of how I can get in and out of here. Jack also likes to ride it. I've got the swivel seats on both the passenger and the driver's side, which are fantastic, especially if you have someone in here, like you can sit and actually have dinner or hang out. So this is my kitchen area. I really like that it's actually a full-size regular countertop. I love having a lot of counter space here. Over here is the sink. So this is a Berkey water filter. It's the greatest thing ever. This, I forget which one this is, but it holds 3 1/4 gallons of water. So I fill it once a day, and that's more than enough for me. And then it just turns on like that with the little switch, and it drains right into my sink, and that goes into a 6-gallon gray water tank under my sink. I thought about putting in a pump here for like an actual sink faucet, and I opted not to because the Berkey works great for me. So this is the backsplash. This is just a peel and stick tile, so incredibly easy to install. It's really easy to clean and wipe down. I don't worry about any tile breaking because I do go down a lot of back roads. It's held up really, really well. It really hasn't peeled. And then my spice rack, I love to cook, so having a lot of spices was really big for me. I don't know, I just like the look of like being able to see everything right behind me. I think it adds some color because there's not a lot of space to add decoration in a van, so just having kind of your spaces be double as like some color and some variety in a van is nice, so all that works great. So this is my overhead shelf, and this is a little different than a lot of the van builds I saw. A lot of them do cabinets up here, but there's a couple of reasons I went with the shelf. The first is it was just a lot easier to build, and it's lighter weight, and I really like I'm pretty organized, so I really like having bins for specific things. So this one is just kind of like all my sauces and oils and stuff, and that's like all my packaged foods, and then this is all dry goods. So I just like being able to get whatever I need, just lift the whole bin down, and it's so much easier to sift through. Nothing falls down. If I go down a really big dirt road, I'll take these 2 bins down and just throw them on the bed, and it takes 2 seconds just to make sure they don't fall. But I never take these down. They're Velcroed on the bottom too, so that kind of helps hold them up. This is my utensil drawer. Just kind of everything you would need in a kitchen. I pulled this all from my house, just all the absolute necessities. And then this is like, I call it my vanity. So it's kind of where I keep like medicines, all your toiletries, all that kind of stuff, first aid. And then down here is kind of where I keep everything else. So that's just kind of all of my dishes. I've got a set of dishes here. Again, just some of the little luxuries of when you live in a house. I knew I wanted a set of 4 for everything. Like that's probably me just being a little anal. But I was like, if I have friends over or whatever, I want to be able to like give them a proper plate to eat on. And then yeah, just all my pots. I have the Omnia oven that you can put on top of a propane burner, and that's how I cook. So really, really simple. It's just a 1-burner propane screw-on. And I also have my little butane backpacking stove. So between those two, I can kind of cook most things that I want. I did not go with an induction stove because I didn't know how much power I was going to pull from that. And the reason I have both propane and butane is because I spent probably about 4 or 5 months in Colorado this year, And I was having such a hard time finding both propane and butane canisters. So having both gives me the option of just whatever I find is what I end up using. So this is my electrical system back here. One of the things I really wanted to do with this was keep it simple because I've never wired anything and I didn't want to catch my van on fire. I already had a Goal Zero Yeti 1000, and so I decided to use it as my power bank. So basically the only things that are wired on circuits in here are 2 different light circuits, one in the back and one in the front, and then my max air fan. So I kept it pretty simple and I just have those wired into a fuse box, and that's connected to the Goal Zero. So as you can see, the bed lifts up. I did this on both sides. So on the other side, I can actually lift it up and it kind of turns into a futon style, and then I've got a place to hang a projector up here for like movies. But yeah, there's a ton of storage under here, which is really nice. But yeah, I can access all my clothes here, and what's really nice is I can access both of these sections on the side of my bed that kind of are my garage, and so things that I use more from the inside of the van I keep sort of pushed to the back and can access them that way. Under my bed I have this large slide out. It's 4 feet long in length, so it's a full-on bench, and it houses my toilet and my fridge, so I know they're right next to each other, but there's a very good divider between the 2 sections. I just have a very basic composting toilet system that I built myself, but it's actually large enough to fit the Nature's Head, so if I do want to put one of those in, I can. And then the compartment in the back is the fridge, and it is a dual zone fridge freezer, which is fantastic to have in the van. And so the reason I did that is I was really big on having open space in my van. I didn't want to feel kind of closed in on here, and days it was raining and I couldn't get out. And so by kind of stuffing this under the bed, I could get it out of the way and have more floor space. This is where I keep my fridge. And so I just lift this up to access it. It's really easy. It doesn't bother me at all. I thought it might, but it doesn't. And I have the Alpacool dual zone fridge. I got it on Amazon. It works fantastically. So you can see it's got a freezer compartment and a fridge compartment. I would say that I can keep about 2 weeks worth of food between my dry storage and this. I do shop more often than that because I like to have fresh produce. So I probably shop about once a week for fresh produce, but because there's the freezer, you can keep quite a bit for quite a while, which is really nice. So this is my shoe cabinet, which it's kind of silly that I made space to put this in a van, but I don't regret it at all. I love having a space for my shoes, and it's really nice the way it opens. And here I also keep my shower setup. So it's really simple. This is just a rechargeable battery operated shower head. So this bottom piece gets submerged in water, and then you just turn the button on and it sprays through the nozzle. And I also have a shower curtain here and this collapsible bin. So this just pops up like this. That's where the water would go, and I would submerge the bottom of the shower head in here. And then up on the ceiling, I've got little magnets to attach the shower curtain. So if I do want to shower inside the van, that's the way I can do it. I sometimes shower outside the van if I'm in a place I can do that. And I also go to the gym. So having options is kind of nice. Alright, so this is my bed area. I also use this pull out here as a step stool to get up into the bed. It is a queen bed. It's a memory foam mattress, so it was actually one that I already had. It was originally a king and I cut it down to fit. One thing that was really important to me on the bed was being able to sit up while I was up here. I didn't want to feel closed in. And so that's why there's this shelf only on the foot area so that I can still sit up over on this side. I have the max air fan, and then I do have these bunk windows on both sides. So when I open both of them and move the pillows out of the way, there's really good air ventilation that comes through here, which is quite nice. Each one of these bins kind of holds a different type of thing, so it's the same concept. It's really easy. I just take a bin down and it's what I need in there, and then when I'm done with it, I put it back up. And I never take these down when I'm driving, and they don't fall, they stay put. So yeah, it's been great. So right underneath of me is actually Jack's cat litter. He is a little bit particular about his litter. He won't use those enclosed litter boxes, and so I knew he needed to have a nice big dedicated space to do his business. And so it's just a standard litter pan in there, and it has worked out great for me. One of the things that's really great is at the bottom there's a little ledge, so when he kicks litter out of his box, it doesn't track out into the rest of the van, and I can just clean it up in there. Another really great trick if you have a cat in a van is just to get one of those plastic enclosed containers, like Tupperware containers that would hold cereal typically. And so when I empty his litter, that's where the dirty litter goes until I can get rid of it. And that enclosed thing really, really contains the smell. So this is my garage under my bed. I went with the raised bed so I could have this storage space back here, and I also knew I wasn't going to be converting a bed from a table every day. So I really like it. I have kind of all my outdoorsy car stuff out here. So this is mostly like stuff to set up camp over here. This is predominantly tools and supplies back here, and then just my tent and sleeping mat. And then over here, I keep an inflatable kayak, more camping stuff. This is where I store my water. So again, I want to just keep it really simple with the water system. So I have 3 6-gallon jugs here. And that is what I fill up, and I love the jugs because I can fill them in any grocery store. It just adds a lot of versatility to this life, and that was kind of what I went into this life wanting, was flexibility. And so I thought, how can I build as much flexibility into it as possible? Thank you so much for checking out my van. It was a great time. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to check those out and answer those. If you're interested in following along on my travels, I'm on Instagram. It's Chronic Wonders, and hope to see you on the road.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.